I think we just get started. I don't know.
It's too hot
How
to
are you
be in
feeling?
here just mucking about.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Two brothers.
Daddy, Dad.
Hey, Hungries.
You can't even have a holiday session that works. Hi, Hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Dad vs. Dad
Podcast.
in a caravan.
In a caravan.
How cool is that? How good is it, though? It's nice space.
A very special episode. It's going to be a much more chilled, relaxed episode than usual because
We don't have weight. We don't have scales.
yeah,
We don't have a challenge.
yeah. So we're on holiday. We're in a small country town in New South Wales called Coota.
Yep. This was the birthplace of Don Bradman. Did you know?
Are you sure?
Yeah, he was born here. And then there's another place where they were super stoked that he grew up there.
Yeah.
Because I remember speaking to someone recently and they're like, "Oh, Don Bradman grew up here." I'm like, no, he didn't.
Yeah,
and
well,
he did.
That's where he got. Because he wasn't a cricketer when he was born, so no one's going to care about where he was born.
Oh, but there's a museum here.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like cricket at all.
Yeah, but
I'm very un-Australian.
You've got to love Bradman, though.
Yeah.
Just because, like,
All those cricket awards.
great to have the best guy. But then, like, there's an Indian guy who just smashed all of his records.
Oh,
Except for,
really?
like, one record, but all of his other ones just obliterated them.
Nana's big on cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's big on it.
Yeah.
So we are in a caravan. Also, how good's this? I don't know if you can see. I'm not going to move the cameras because we
That
spent
one's
a bit of
actually
time.
moving actively as we speak, and so it's getting further and further away from the toilet.
We have.
I think the charge is pulling it or something. Just, do you want to grab it and move it back a little bit and spin it slightly?
Oh, I don't want to kick this thing again.
Yeah, well,
What am I doing?
You know it's there. Just move it towards the stove a bit. Spin it. There we go.
Hey.
Toilet.
If you look right here,
Yeah,
that's the toilet.
there's for pooping.
That's when you're in a caravan. Now we're not in the country. We actually are parked at a house.
But it is a country town.
Well, it's
A small country town.
We're not out in like bush though.
Where Donald Bradman was born. So we're not. There's no challenges this episode. It's just going to be a very laid back, fun time. We'll give you some fun facts about Coota and other country towns, including Donald Bradman was born here.
I might repeat that as one of mine. How have you been, Jeremy? What's going on?
I'm really good.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah, I've got some stories. So last weekend we had to do the pod early last week because on the weekend we flew to Queensland for an engagement party for one of my old mates.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with that sort of stuff. I don't travel at all. Like driving, fine.
Yeah.
But traveling by plane, I've been on like 4 planes my whole life.
Yeah.
So the whole experience was a bit daunting. We ended up doing the trip, and the trip was great. Drank a lot, walked around Brisbane. Man, the botanical gardens up there is amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we finally get back to Canberra, and because Mum was watching Rusty for the weekend, we were meant to drive back to Cootamundra to pick him up.
Yeah.
Go through the bags to grab the keys. We don't have the keys.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd left them in Brisbane. Like, I was panic emailing everyone. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
We stayed there. Do you have our keys? Oh, check tomorrow with the lost and found. Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, ended up... Thankfully, we lost them in Canberra Airport. And the next day, that night, we got a call and managed to pick them up the next day.
Yeah.
You helped me. Thank you.
Yeah. Like, you got to be super grateful for a lost and found. It's so frustrating running a lost and found. So, like, you've got all this stuff that adults forgot in, like, their car or, like, left on a bench or something. Like, what?
And they're all panicking.
Yeah.
It's essentially...
You're like a kid who left their favourite toy at home, like freaking out. Where is it? It's not in the car. You know?
It's essentially Panic Go Fish for adults.
Yeah.
Do you have any keys?
Yeah.
Nah. Go look elsewhere.
But yeah, when you need it, it's like just the best service in the world.
Oh man, the way that the guy came across, and I will say, I was super grateful that he called, and the way he came across about it is like, mate, I got your keys. You sent us an email. This is the description. Yeah, no worries. Just a 6-pack of crowns. And he left the silence long enough for me to go, yeah, sure, mate, no worries. But we'd just come off holidays. We were dead broke. I wasn't about to fork out another $20 for a 6-pack.
Yeah.
And awkwardly he goes, no, don't worry. No, we're just kidding. Yeah, just pop in when you can tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that whole, like, you're a lost and found, and I get that mustn't be very good, but don't try and scam a little sneaky sixer.
Yeah, disguised as a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people do often, like, if you have their belonging that they've been freaking out about and you find it, they often will bring a reward of some sort. They'll bring a beer or, you know, whatever.
Do you think it's warranted to ask for it, though?
It's silly.
I mean, as a...
Like,
you're obviously really grateful, but to be honest, I was more thankful that I didn't leave him in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And that someone somewhere decided that they were going to do the right thing and hand it into someone who put it into that department.
Yeah.
They didn't find it. They weren't scoping it out.
Yeah. But it was... Yeah, it would be a joke. Like, it's probably a joke he makes to everyone.
I mean,
And just sometimes it pays off.
once a week he gets a sixer.
Yeah.
Good on him. You know what? I might start scamming it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the we should totally hook up. Just kidding. Unless.
The unless is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Apart from that, I had another 2 days off, clean the house. That was fun.
Yeah.
As fun as cleaning a house can be.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's roughly it. What have you done?
Yeah, I was going to say, my week was completely uneventful. Nothing happened. It didn't do anything interesting, but I did buy a new car.
Yeah, you bought a car.
Good about that. That was fun. This tiny little thing, little 1.2 litre turbo.
Yeah.
It's great. That's so efficient, but also like it still has some go when you need it.
Yeah.
It's a blast to drive.
I
Really loving
reckon
it.
my favourite thing ever is a little 4-cylinder manual that you can flog the shit out of.
Yeah.
Like, I used to borrow a friend's XL, and you put it into 4th gear, and it, like, 1st gear, let go, fine. 2nd, let go, fine. 3rd, let go, fine. 4th, let go. And you're travelling down as fast as you can.
Yeah.
I used to take these roads, and 140 down to Coota.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Fun.
Death wish. It was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just flogging like a little 4-cylinder thing is the best fun.
It is so much fun. And because, like, you're really driving them to the limit, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Like, even at lower speeds, it's, like, really pushing it.
Because
like,
it's so close to the ground, it grabs so easy.
Yeah.
Like, there's such a grab to a 4-cylinder car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
'cause it's so
zippy thing.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I do love that.
Yeah. Whereas driving, like, a big, like, performance V8 or something, you're really pushing it to its limit. Like, you might floor it a bit off the lights or whatever.
The thing is, they feel too big. I think, like,
yeah.
there's a difference between driving a tiny little thing and flogging it and knowing, well, this thing's so light it's not going to do any damage.
Yeah.
But then you're driving like a big V8 thing and it's like, oh, this will do some damage if I crash.
Yeah.
There's too much power behind this.
Yeah, you feel... There is that danger factor as well. So, like,
Yeah.
like, I don't really want to push it to the max.
But your old AMG thing, what was it? It's
CLK.
CLK.
Yeah,
The
that
Merc.
was amazing.
That thing just... That's the only car that I've put my foot down and gotten really scared.
Yeah. Yeah, it was explosive. And it handled amazingly, but it had just flat leather seats. So, like, you could take a corner fast, but you'd slide out of the seat with, like, really needed buckets or something.
Actually, in your seat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great now, though. I loved it a lot.
Yeah, that thing was great.
Yeah. Although now,
Yeah.
I'm living in an apartment block, and I've got 3 cars at the moment, so I'm that guy.
Hey, hit us up if you want to buy an old Merc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. What news have you got? What did you bring?
Oh, man.
Did you bring much this week? I'm so unprepared.
One thing I saw, and I thought it was the best thing I've ever seen.
You're going to have to send a link to
It's
it
this
as
new
well.
Japanese show that's just come out on Netflix. It's been around since the 90s, but it's only been brought internationally, like, recently.
Yeah.
It's called Old Enough. And it's a show where it gets kids between the age of, like, 3 and 6 and sends them out to do things on their own. Like, there's no one with them helping them do the things, like crossing the street and that kind of thing, and, like, going shopping or, like, catching a bus. Like, the camera
That's
crew will be
insane.
nearby, but they're not allowed to assist them or anything. And so they get these, like, toddlers, basically, going shopping and that kind of thing.
Didn't JonTron do an episode of a show similar?
Yeah, that was a bit different, but yeah, it was a bunch of kids. It was basically Survivor, but with little kids.
Children.
Yeah, most of them were like crying the whole time.
Yeah.
I want to see this Japanese one though. It sounds amazing. So it's called Old Enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix at the moment.
I'm going to get Netflix back. That
Yeah,
sounds great.
you know, it's got Netflix anymore.
I might have to steal Mum's login.
I mean, can't even steal your code.
Yeah, Mum always has them.
Yeah, they've got like everything.
Yeah. I always go, like, I filter through my subscriptions.
Yeah, me too.
And then I forget that I'm lending one to a mate or something. And I'm like, oh, sorry. I'll get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And they've always, like, I'm borrowing their KO and then...
yeah, that's
oh,
fair.
no, I've got to get that back.
Yeah, it's good. You should have like a group of 6 of you. Each person has one stream.
Yeah.
Service.
Yeah, trading services is a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool and everyone does it. I remember they were talking about cracking down on it.
Netflix apparently are starting to.
Yeah, okay. Because they were talking about it years ago. Like, oh yeah, we're going to crack down on all this people sharing services and that kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
they consider it like they're losing money
It's
by doing
piracy,
that. But,
like to an extent.
no, kind of.
But apparently, so, like, do you remember seeing on the old CD cases, there was, like, distributing their CD without the permission of the band is illegal
Yeah.
and considered piracy, and it was, like, you couldn't even lend it to someone? Like, the way that it was written was saying, like, borrowing, lending...
Yeah, playing in public area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty much you only can listen to it on your own. If someone in the next room's listening, you have to turn it down a bit so they can't hear it.
Then you pay.
Yep.
Pay your entry fee. And then, Metallica sued a 12-year-old.
Yeah, and...
Thanks, Lars.
Yep. And now there's all the Spotify's and stuff, which the artists apparently earn, like, nothing.
They earn nothing.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, there is a... The weirdest thing that happened was bands were losing money from people downloading music.
Yeah.
And someone monetized it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we went into a digital age where you could get music, but you had to either download it illegally, and then someone goes, you know what, I'll just put it all on a thing, and people will pay for it. And we'll get artists to get paid buttons.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's wild. Spotify, from my last band, I think the most we earned was $12 in our whole career.
How many listens, though?
Not many.
Yeah, so that's probably fine. Games and movies have been through the same thing. Like, everyone was downloading movies and TV shows illegal and streaming them illegally for years before Netflix came along.
I absolutely torrented far too much.
Yeah, I think everyone did. I didn't torrent much.
Yeah.
On my current computer.
I haven't torrented
computer...
since the streaming services came out, because, yeah.
Yeah. Well, on my computer, I was really Like, I've never had anything illegally downloaded on it, and I've never had porn on it.
Yeah, why would you have porn on it? On your computer?
People do.
It's dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
Surely it's dangerous.
Well, I don't know. I don't have it on my computer anyway. Maybe child porn. That's dangerous.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The whole industry is a dangerous world.
Yeah.
It's funny because even now they're monetizing that with OnlyFans.
Yeah. Well, it's always been monetized. You could always pay for it. DVDs and stuff existed.
Well, yeah, but then they went online and did all the streaming stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I watched recently, which was a pretty interesting show, was Tommy and Pam.
Yeah.
Which was the Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson story.
Yeah. Joe Rogan made that, didn't he?
No, Seth Rogen. Your least favourite man ever.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Seth's the worst.
It was actually... I thought it was going to be really distasteful and yuck and sleazy and whatnot. But the way that they did it made Pamela Anderson a little bit more like activist rather than whingy woman.
The actors they got to play them looked like them.
Yeah, they did really well.
Great job.
Casting was fantastic. But even like the story behind it on like how the sex tape got stolen was insane. Like it was because Tommy Lee was actually a piece of shit. And the worker that was in his house was like, fuck, I gotta get my money somehow. I'll just rob him.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he struck gold when he got the wrong thing. Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
But, yeah, really interesting thing. Definitely worth a watch.
So, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how we got onto that topic.
Oh, well, yeah, so Netflix and all that.
Streaming services, yeah.
Yeah, they really saved a lot of those industries. And, like, Steam just... often having sales and their games being so cheap.
Yep.
Stopped a lot of illegal game downloading. And services like Game Pass now, which is basically Netflix but with games.
I think people want to support the industries. Like, I personally want to support, like, friends' bands and stuff like that. So if a friend releases an album, I'll jump on Spotify and I'll cram it for months.
Well, I want to support... I'm always happy to support games, because
I mean,
I love
that's
them.
the thing. That's,
like,
yeah.
and the more money that industry has, the better for me, because better games
More
and stuff
people get into it. Yeah, yeah.
But I don't care about the movie or TV industry, really. Like,
I find the Oscars a waste of time.
Oh, yeah, it's awful.
Because it's the whole, like, we have so much streaming services and now it's all, like, no one cares?
I think it might be the Oscars. They're really elitist about, like, they won't allow streaming service movies on there. It's like, if it wasn't in a movie theatre, it doesn't count, and all this other stuff like that.
So wanky.
Matters. Like, it has anything to do with the story you're watching or how well someone acted in it. But if it wasn't in the big screen, it didn't happen.
No, I just think it's so ridiculous how it's such a... The whole industry's very elitist, like, power-hungry.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, how you might love an actor in a certain movie, but they'll never be cast in anything else because they're known for that actor in that movie.
Sometimes.
Like, Malfoy was a really hard cast from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, but Harry Potter's in a million things.
Yeah, he broke out of it somehow.
Well, by, like, taking every role he possibly could that wasn't remotely child-friendly or...
And, Robert Pattinson went and did, like, a whole bunch of, like, indie movies rather than go into, like, mainstream because Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although he killed it in Batman. He was a fantastic Batman.
I don't know.
You haven't seen it, you don't care, you're not going to watch it.
I think...
Why even have an opinion? Just agree.
I think he's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't think anyone should play Batman. They should just have the suit. Just no one in it.
The animated movies are sick.
Maybe.
Very good.
Okay, I did see one. Oh, Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, that was incredible, wasn't it?
That was cool.
And how it was Michael Wayne.
Yeah, no. Was it Michael? I don't think it was Michael.
Thomas Wayne.
Yes,
Sorry.
Thomas.
And he had the red eyes.
And he had guns.
Yeah.
Batman should have guns. He
Uh,
doesn't have powers. He should have bullets.
he's better than that.
He has batarangs
Yeah.
and bat spray
Yeah.
and
Bat spray.
yeah.
Batman has a code, okay? Batman has like this thing.
They
He was
all
like,
have a code.
I will not limit myself. I will not reduce myself to the stupidity of bad guys.
Yeah.
Like,
That
and even
is
the
stupid.
whole thing about him not killing anyone is because the Joker's like, if you kill me, I win. I beat you. I pushed you to that limit.
That's one clever way of getting someone to not kill you.
It's so good. And there's one story which is so insane. Like one of the comics, I think it's Batman, the White Knight. And what it is basically Batman beats the shit out of Joker.
Yeah.
And Joker goes, "You pushed me," and takes all these anti-crazy pills and becomes like this normal guy. And beats him because he gets everyone on his team and sues the Gotham Police Department.
That's so lame.
No, they did it so well because it was like, he knew there was like a corruption to him, but he couldn't work out his game plan for it.
Oh,
Really
so
good.
you all get sane.
It was sick. I haven't read the next one though. Apparently, Curse of the White Knight's also very good.
I bet. Okay.
Oh, you hate Batman. I hate that you hate Batman.
Oh, he's so easy to hate.
One day I'm going to convince you.
I've seen.
You don't have to. I hate every movie apart from the Batman vs Superman was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Justice League, the Snyder Cut was fantastic.
Yeah.
3 hours of just pure excellence.
That's too much excellence.
Oh, there was a lot of excellence. No, it was awesome. They definitely fixed it.
Yeah.
And then the Batman.
Yeah.
They were all great, but every other movie, yeah, there was good acting.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger was a great. He played a great crazy person. Probably not a great the Joker,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, he didn't laugh enough.
No, he wasn't. He was a crazy person. He wasn't an insane Joker.
Yeah.
Whereas-
Not like the Jack Nicholson one.
Yeah, he was a great Joker.
Yeah.
He was excellent. Very like slapstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is how all Batman movies and villains should be.
Yep.
I mean, they're so goofy. Penguin,
Yeah.
Pelican. And like
The
the
movie.
Riddler and the Joker, like they're like a little bit too similar.
No, well,
I,
one does riddles and jokes and not jokes. The Joker's like a clown.
yeah, I know, but they're too similar. Like it would make sense if the Riddler was like a Superman villain or something. So it's like, oh, they kind of copy Batman there, but no, Batman copied Batman.
But then, okay, what about? But then Marvel have copied DC
Everything. Yeah,
because there was Deathstroke, and then they were like, oh well, let's make Deathstroke again, but
Yeah.
we'll make him a little bit funnier.
well,
We'll make him Deadpool.
and also X-Men was like basically every time Superman would get a new ability or whatever, they'd have a new X-Men. He can do that.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Mm.
How good was X-Men?
Mm.
They released that new '90s show. That's on Disney
A
Plus.
new 90s show.
No, the old one. I
That
think
was a
I told
really
you
good
about
one.
it. Yeah, the theme
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about it once.
We did.
All right, let's.
Okay.
I got to give you a
Let's
news.
move on
I got to give you a news.
to- yeah, that was still about growing up. Old enough.
All right. So my news this week. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. I'll introduce it this way. So, let's say you die, right? On your deathbed, you die. You have your funeral. Is there anyone you wouldn't want to come to your funeral?
No?
No, no one. You'd be happy with anyone.
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care because you're dead.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, there's a man in Queensland who is known as the Coffin Confessor.
Right.
And what he does is, when people die, he shows up at the funeral and he says, "No, I don't want you here or you here." Like, he basically says, what was it? One of the dudes that he went to, the way that he got the role was because he was at a pub and some guy was like, "Yeah, when I die, I definitely know that my best mate is trying to hook up with my wife while I'm sick."
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll go and make sure that he's not welcome to your funeral, mate." And he did.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So he rocked up and he's like, "No, you can piss off."
Yeah, so you hire him before you die and say,
"Yeah,
if these people turn up at my funeral."
And he finishes a eulogy for him.
There's this guy in America who had a YouTube channel or something.
Oh.
The Bad News guy.
John Gives Bad News.
John Gives Bad News,
Oh,
yeah.
he was the best.
Yeah. Like, if you had bad
Sorry,
news,
bro.
like, you cheated on your boyfriend, so you call up your boyfriend and, sorry, your girlfriend's cheating on you, or any bad news, you just get him and he'll...
That guy was the best.
Yeah.
And the people on the other end of the phone would be like really pissed off. He's like, I didn't do this.
I'm just the messenger.
Just the messenger. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's so casual about it too.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
But no, so this Coffin Confessor, he apparently he got pretty booked out for it.
Yeah,
and then even like other people overseas welcoming.
Yeah.
One of the things that he did was like, "Oh, and if my brother and his wife and daughter are at the funeral, tell them to piss off. I wasn't here for 30 years. I was here for 30 years that you could have come and seen me and you didn't.
Yeah.
You're not welcome. You
Yeah.
don't care. Don't come."
Oh.
Although, I don't know. I don't think I would care so much if people showed up at my funeral.
No, I personally don't care, but I think that's a great service for people who do care. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, yep.
Hmm.
I don't know if I... Is a funeral for you, or is it for people to mourn you?
Well, it's for everyone else. You're not experiencing it. No, it's for everyone else to say goodbye. It's their way of doing the thing. But if you do hate someone enough that you're like, I don't even want them to have the...
You don't get closure.
Yeah, you don't get closure. You don't get to say goodbye. And how good would that... That's an awesome revenge.
That's the biggest revenge.
Yeah, because, like, they're coming to get their little bit of closure, then, oh, goodbye. And they get to be, nope, you're out of here. And then that's like, they have to live with that the rest of their lives. That they were hated that much, they weren't even allowed at the funeral. Like, that would run through their brains the rest of their lives.
That unfortunately happened to my partner with her mum passing. She wasn't welcome to the funeral.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, not just her, like pretty much every kid that...
Oh.
But to be fair, the mum pushed everyone to the point where they didn't want to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And they didn't want to be around, so the last thing they wanted to do was really just say a farewell. Sorry, we couldn't get along.
Why would you even want to go to that funeral?
Closure.
Like, no, I don't. No, I'm not doing that. If I've
But you're
given
not
up
a
on,
sentimental person at all.
Yeah, but it's still, if I've given up on someone while they're alive, I don't need to go, oh, look, now they're dead, I can come and get some sneaky little forgiveness.
Feel-good forgiveness.
Like, no, I'm sorry I didn't make up while you're still alive. I'm not going to the funeral.
Well, yeah. I mean, we had plenty of chances and it just wasn't good.
Yeah. I don't even want to go to funerals of people I do like. I don't like being there. They're boring and everyone's crying.
That's what I mean. You're not sentimental. You don't have emotions.
I've got one.
You got one emotion?
Yeah.
What's that?
Flat.
Flat. I got a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did. Kevin got a haircut. That's funny. But we're here for a family reunion. And on the way down, Kevin's worried. He's like, oh man, I'm going to get the whole, oh, you cut your hair off, like everyone's going to comment on the hair. Not a single person did. He had to point it out.
Mum was like, I'm like, oh, what did you think of Ellie's job cutting my hair? She's like, oh, I thought it was still tied up.
Yeah. You did have it tied up like all the time.
Yeah, because I hated I don't know, I grew up because of the pandy.
Yeah. I tie it up when I'm eating or cooking or whatever. I hate having it tied up. Because it's such a waste of having long hair. It's
Exactly.
Like, what is even the point?
That's why I hated having it, because and then every time I took it out and had it out for a while, you know, like eventually you have to have it out long enough for it to fall properly, so it's not just a big boof.
Yeah.
And every time I had it tied, like every time I had it out, my partner would be like, "Can you put your hair up?"
Yeah, okay, that's no fun.
Yeah. The only person I'm trying to impress isn't impressed.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just cut it. So anyway, I told her, I was like, alright, I'm going to cut my hair. Can you just help me with the back?
Yeah.
And so she helped me, like, tidy up the back. And I'm like, excellent, can you just fix the front? So she cut my hair. You did an alright job.
I actually cut my hair yesterday.
Yeah, looks like it. What do you do to cut your hair?
Scissors.
Well, yeah. No, bloody crocodiles.
I measure each hair, so I go one at a time. Well, like 5, and I measure it. I'm gonna cut it.
I love that you've always been that way.
I don't actually do that.
No, I know, no, I just know. But you've always been one to cut your own hair, or...
No, well, I used to do it when I shaved my head.
Do you remember...
But I'd never cut it before. Like, I'd razor it.
Yeah.
And now I cut it now that it's long, but I've never outside of those times.
There was one time I recall running into you in the mall.
Yeah.
In Belco.
Yeah.
And it was a night after a party that you'd had.
Yeah.
And your mates and you had cut your hair into a mullet with kitchen knives.
Yeah. Yeah, serrated knives. That was a uncomfortable haircut. And it's quite a mess. But I didn't cut it myself.
Oh, it was such a mess.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you and like, why are you in public? What have you done?
Yeah. I was on my way to a hairdresser to fix it up.
Well, yeah, you'd have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have just gone the clippers there. I've decided I can't shave my head.
Well, have you ever?
Not since I was a kid.
Give it a go.
No.
The full razor, just once in your life. It grows back.
Well, it does.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a friend who had long hair. He, one time, cut all his hair off, and then it didn't all grow back.
He's the best guy.
He is a very good guy.
I saw him recently. Brett, good on him. What a guy.
Yeah, names.
So he shaves his head now and looks tough he has.
Yeah.
But he's also grown his beard out. And last time I saw him, he was just wearing these 6 sunnies, giant beard, bald head, and he's in like office attire. I went for a walk with him at lunch, and he was the only guy going, hey! Looks like a fucking bikie.
Yeah.
The best dude. Oh, I love that guy so much.
Yeah, he's definitely not got the personality of a bikie.
No. Nah, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the news.
That's...
Yeah, we were going to give you some Coota Mundra country facts.
Oh, yeah. Should we just make it country living facts?
Okay.
Alright. I got one.
Yeah.
We'll do 5 each again.
Okay.
5 country living facts.
Yep.
Fact number 1.
I'm cheating.
Nah, don't. Alright, yeah, you can. Make them good, though.
Yeah.
Alright, fact number 1. If you sit in a caravan, even in autumn, it feels like summer.
Yeah, it does get very hot in a caravan in the country.
It's hot in the country, in the caravan.
It
right
is
here.
hot.
Is that a cooler, though? We could have been cool this whole time.
Nah, it would have been noisy.
Yeah. This is for you.
Yeah.
We
are
suffer for our
suffering.
fans. For Mum.
Okay. Hey, do you want to do we'll do fact for fact.
Alright.
Okay. So, some people consider Canberra a large country town.
They do.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? I know someone who knows someone who knows someone. Like, that's just Canberra. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what would be the better way of saying that? Because that just sounds like you know one person who knows another person. No, everyone knows someone who knows. There's like 2 degrees of separation in all of Canberra.
You guys had a crazy story when you went overseas.
I just ran into some Canberrans.
Yeah, but weren't you in a restaurant with like 3 other couples from Canberra? In Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell the story, or is that the fact?
Well, yeah, we were in Edinburgh. There was a couple of Canberrans. And when we went to Tassie, we went on a beer tour. Cascade.
Yeah. Was that good?
Cascade's amazing. They have so many more beers over there than they bring over here. Like,
Tassie are apparently fantastic with booze.
Yeah.
Their whiskey.
Their whiskies are amazing. We went on whiskey tours as well. But the Cascade beers we get here, we get like Cascade Premium and Cascade Premium Light. But they've got like 10 different beers that they make.
Yeah, okay.
They just don't bring them here. And they're all quite good.
Yeah, okay.
Even their, I don't usually like, what is it, Stout? The dark beers?
Yeah.
I don't usually like them, but the Cascade Stout was really good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Syrup beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did sneak a 6-pack of one of, it was like Cascade Dry or Cascade Draft.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have that here anymore. That was really good too.
Yeah, I might have to,
Tassie.
Yeah.
Yeah, their whiskies are awesome.
Hey, how good was our country facts?
Well, that was still...
That's number 2.
Number 2, some people consider Canberra a small country town. It is technically a city, a capital city, but it is pretty country-esque.
It's the best country town. It's the best city
in the world.
It is so simple, and you're 30 to 40 minutes away from anywhere.
Yeah, you never have to drive too far.
Yep.
Traffic's never that bad.
It's convenience everywhere. I mean, there's not... If you're like a party guy, it's probably not the best city for you.
Yeah, it doesn't have the best nightlife, but...
Yeah.
I wasn't even much of a nightlife guy when I was a kid.
No.
But a lot of kids do hate Canberra. They just want to get out because, I don't know, they think nightlife is going to change them or something.
It's boring as hell. Who wants to spend $10 on a beer every time?
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't do it. I really liked being in Brisbane the other week. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's away from home. It's an experience. But as far as, like, a city to live in, Canberra is just top tier.
Yeah. And I feel like nightlife stuff is a sometimes thing anyway.
It should be.
It should be, like, you go on holiday, travel to Sydney or whatever, have a nightlife.
Yeah.
For a day, and come home.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Canberra's fantastic for raising kids.
Fact number 2 continued. Alright, go on.
Alright, I gotta work out one.
Yeah.
Did you know there is a tiny country town in New South Wales called Grong Grong?
Yeah.
And Grong Grong means dusty, dusty.
I didn't know it meant dusty, dusty.
Yeah.
When I last visited, it had a population of 150.
Yep.
I don't know if that's changed now, because I know at least 7 of the residences who have left. So, it could be 143, it could be a lot less, I don't know.
So that was, yeah.
Yeah.
Our family used to live out there, and then we hung out there a bit.
Yeah.
Man, I loved that place. Like, Grandma used to live at the post office.
Yeah.
Imagine as a kid running around an old post office.
That was converted into a sewing room.
Yeah.
That house is huge, and like
so good.
It had the super tall ceilings.
Super
like,
tall.
No one could ever change a light bulb there. It was like 2-story high house, but just one level.
Yeah.
And just all this space in the air. It's great.
I loved it there. It was so cool. All right. Fact number 4, Jeremy, because Grong Grong is a place, is a fact.
Yeah.
Your laptop, you're working. I'll find one.
No, Cootamundra has a population of... oh, there's a giant!
What do you mean?
There's a large effigy of a fairy tale giant gesturing towards his crotch. by an unknown artist around 1975 as a mascot for a giant supermarket. Where is it? We've got to find this place. We're going to find it.
We'll take a photo.
I'm not going to put this picture up. I'm going to get a picture for our people. So, yeah, fact number 4, Cootamundra has a statue of a giant. Then by an unknown artist. Some guy just dropped the giant. I'm out. Who are you? Sorry, guys. I'm going to go build another giant somewhere else.
Flew away.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you've been taken down.
Oh.
Wait, now it is... Oh, wait. It might have been moved. We're going to try and... Okay, fact number 5, Kevin. Quick.
I'm terrible at this. What do we... Like, I can't Google anything.
You've lived in the country once.
Alright, let's just go... Alright, let's do a fact about Coota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's your fact? The country is not bad.
What number are we on?
5.
No, there's so many more to go.
Is that your last fact?
No, hold on. Let me... can you do number 6? We'll come back to 5.
Okay. Cootamundra has a population of 6,782. 85.6% of those were born in Australia. The next most common country of birth was England at 2.1%. It doesn't mention where the rest of everyone is from.
Alright, so Cootamundra is part... Let's do 5 again. Let's go back to 5. So we got 6 in, but we got 5, but we need to go back to fact 5.
Yeah.
It's going to be so confusing for you to edit if you're doing little snippets.
No.
Just leave it in.
I'm not going to chop them around. I'm just going to fact 6 and then fact 5.
Leonard Hubbard recorded the song Cootamundra in 1924.
I bet it's a ripper too.
Fact number 7.
Fact number 7. Cootamundra has a train line running through it.
Yeah, it does.
It's got trains, so all hours of the night, clickety-clack.
Click, clack. You know, if this ever goes out to regular Australians, like if other people apart from our family listen,
Yeah, one day.
family and friends, they're gonna, like, people in Cootamundra will be like, "What are you doing?"
Look at all these facts we have. You could have mentioned.
What do you mean the Cootamundra? You know, I'm just gonna bring in facts that I think are right.
Yeah.
So
8.
8. Fact number 8. So, Cootamundra is the wattle capital of Australia.
Oh.
Which I think is wrong.
Yeah, I've not seen any wattle
'Cause
around.
I think it's actually Canberra.
Canberra's got a lot of wattle.
But Cootamundra has a lot of wattle, and the first time I ever got hay fever was living in Cootamundra.
Ah.
Fact number 9.
Okay, fact number 9. Cootamundra is a community with a heart based in its country values, its sense of belonging, its spirit, and the warmth and friendliness of its people. Fact.
What is it? It's like the bio section of a website.
Right, that was, you know when you Google a thing and then it's got like recommended questions? One of them was, is Cootamundra a nice place to live? And that was the response.
Fact.
Alright, final fact about the country or Cootamundra.
Country living. Alright, we need a good fact.
I hope that's still recording.
Oh, I bloody hope so. Yeah, 50 minutes in.
Nope, I'm still recording.
Yeah, I think so.
I am.
Lucky. You're with Amy.
Final fact.
Final fact, number 10.
Yeah.
Did you know Australian country only goes back to 1635? Before that, it was considered regular.
What do you mean?
Well, there was city and country But when they only first installed a city in 1639? Was that the number I made up?
I think so. We weren't in Australia in the 1600s, that's for sure.
Well, the original
in the 1600s,
owners of the Australian land built their own little cities.
Owners.
The original owners of the land.
People who lived here. I don't think we own land. It belongs to Mother Earth.
Whenever you do that thing, whenever like you give acknowledgement to the land, like I acknowledge the
the original owners, they do say that.
Yeah, so I'll acknowledge the original owners of the land.
Okay.
The Aboriginal people.
Acknowledge.
In Canberra it's the Ngunnawal people, and I don't know anywhere else. Which is probably really disrespectful.
No, because we don't live everywhere else. We should know about the people whose land we're occupying.
We should, okay. Well, we're not. We're occupying a place in...
We're visiting.
Yeah, okay. Well, did you know... 1692, I think it was 1639, there was...
Why 1692?
No, it was 1639, I think I said first.
Why?
I don't know. It's just the number I came up with.
What do you think?
It's a fact.
Okay.
I'm telling you a fact.
I'm
making a fact.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
This is my fact.
Okay.
You can look up in the bonus. In 1639, there was a community who decided they would build.
They built
a tree house.
They built tree houses.
And
did they have any structures?
Yeah,
they built structures.
Yeah.
I don't think they built structures.
Mud houses.
I don't think they built mud houses.
Why not?
They didn't.
You sure?
Yeah, they didn't have any structures. They were wanderers and stuff. They didn't build. And we weren't here building in the 1600s. We weren't.
White man wasn't?
No. Nothing was built here until we came and built it.
What happened before that?
They just hung around.
Yeah.
They didn't have...
Surely their little communities, they were like,
this is our city. They didn't have huts and stuff.
Well, what did they do?
They wandered.
What, just forever? They walk around?
Yes. They didn't stay in one location because they're pretty in tune with nature.
Mm-hmm.
They would hunt in an area for a bit and eat and whatever, and they'd move on so that part of the land has a chance to flourish again and the animals have a chance to reproduce and whatever. Yeah. They move on to somewhere else and move on to somewhere else, and they just keep moving.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Rather than just staying in one place
of course, but
destroying it. Yeah.
Just keep widening their search.
Yeah, so they just didn't have... They didn't build structures. They probably sometimes stayed in caves.
Fine, give me a fact 10.
Well, you get to talk... No, you to continue making up a fact that happened in the 1600s.
Fact number 10.
Because they didn't have writing. All of their history was kept through verbal means and possibly through painting.
What was the first city in Australia?
Oh, probably Sydney. I don't know.
Should we look it up?
No. This is your 10th fact. You tell us what the first Australian city was.
Okay.
And I'll look it up for you.
Okay. So, tell me if I'm close. Okay?
Yeah.
In 18... Do you know what year we came to Australia? Oh, probably. 1863?
What, you think that's when we came to
I'm
Australia?
asking
Or
you.
when you...
No, that's a fact.
No, 1788, I believe. Hang on.
1788.
1787.
1787. We came to Australia. 1787. White man came to Australia.
Yeah.
started, digging about. We built a home, but it wasn't until 1800 we built our first city in the land we now call Melbourne.
No. I believe...
Port Macquarie. Coonabarabran.
Was it Van Diemen's Land?
That was Tassie.
Oh, was that Tassie?
Yeah.
Okay. No, the first city was Sydney.
Yep.
In 1842, there was a gold rush there. Gold rushes are often how cities back then formed.
Because they had to build a little community and...
Yeah, that's everyone. Like in America and stuff, gold rushes would... people would flock to these places where they'd hear gold was. It's same as in Australia.
Yeah, okay.
Although, I don't know about that, because there's a lot of mining towns around Australia that are still just crappy old towns.
Broken Hill was a big mining town.
Yeah, and that didn't really become much of a city.
Although, how good's Broken Hill?
Yeah.
Like, what's that art gallery we went to? ProHeart.
ProHeart.
How good's that guy? Yeah. Quality.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of artists out there. It's really cool, actually.
Yeah. 10 facts about country living.
Kinda. Sorry.
We discussed not being like patriotic Australians.
You didn't learn anything.
You might have.
But I hope you had fun at least.
No, you didn't have fun.
For you to learn not to have fun.
This is school. Factual schools.
That has been a much more relaxed episode.
Shit.
We had nothing prepared, and we're on holidays, so it wasn't going to be the best fun ever. I'm quite hungover, and...
He is.
We
watched our parents play Minecraft all night.
Yeah, that's how we spent our night. Was watching first our mum go through her town and show off all her creations and stuff.
She's incredible, isn't she?
Yeah, really
the
cool.
Best Minecrafter. Like, if this city goes... I don't know if you played Minecraft ever, but this, like...
Everyone ever has played Minecraft.
If you haven't, there's bloody trillion videos.
Yeah.
Minecraft, it's such a big space that she's just fully occupied.
Yeah, she's built so much.
Yeah, very, very cool.
It is really cool.
If you want to follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on Dad vs. Dad podcast.
No.
Oh, god damn it.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Dad vs. Dad podcast.
Or Instagram at Instagram/Dad vs. Dad. Instagram.com/Dad vs. Dad podcast.
And you can find full video episodes, which you'll want to see this video episode. We are in a caravan, and you can see a toilet in every shot.
Oh, it's good. That's a toilet. A portaloo.
The toilet. If you want to watch that, it's on Patreon at patreon.com/Dad vs. Dad.
We didn't even ask if they cleaned that, and we just put our sign on it.
Yeah, but the sign lives in your house, so... Bye, Hungries.
I feel like there was something more that we need to add. If you have any email stories over the holidays, we'd love to hear from you. We do like talking. Bye, Hungries.
We're dads.
Two brothers.
Daddy. Dad.
I'm the father.
Give me the machine.
Oh, I didn't even open my mother.